What's up guys, this is iTweaks here with iPhoneHacks.com, and today I'm going to be showing you a in-depth look at biteSMS. Now keep in mind that this is still in beta, but it has most of its features now available, so we're going to be going through all of those today. So the first thing that you're going to notice about biteSMS is that it takes the place of your original Messages app icon. So you're going to see that I don't have my Messages icon here anywhere. This is going to replace it. So the main feature of biteSMS is the quick reply and quick compose. So those are the meat and potatoes of this tweak, but there are a ton of other features that we're all going to be going through today. So first thing first, let's go ahead and send ourselves a text message here, and you can see exactly what the quick reply looks like. So it's going to send right here, and I'll get a pop-up. So you can see right there you have these buttons down here. This is indicating how many pages of buttons you have, so you can just scroll through your buttons just like that. So first we have later. So basically this is going to save the text message for later and leave it as unread. You also have call, so this is going to call the contact. Open, which will open the actual biteSMS application. You can send a text message just by swiping up on this, and you can swipe it back down as well, so we're going to do that. And you can scroll through the buttons like that, and you have pop-up, and this is going to give you either your camera, so if you want to take a picture, this is going to bring up your photos, as you can see right here. And if we go back or we tap on pop-up again, this is actually going to be your templates. So if you have a bunch of templates, then you can just tap on one and it's going to automatically input it right there. You also have delete, so you can delete the text message, you can forward it if you want to do that, as well as FaceTime the contact that messaged you. Now you'll also notice a grabber right up here at the top, and you can pull that down and it's going to give you the conversation. So you can see, you can just scroll through your conversation right here. So if you forget what you were talking about, then you can go back and read over what you guys have sent each other for the past few text messages here. You also can just swipe this back up, and then you can swipe over, hit send. And I actually have a delay, so it says delaying, but I'll show you that in just a second. So I should get another text message right here. Now if you wanted to just dismiss it without doing anything, then you can just swipe over just like that. Next we have quick compose. So what you want to do is just hit one of the volume rockers on the left side of the device and then tap on the little UI right there. So if it just pops up, you'll just tap on a favorite contact, and I'll show you can customize that as well, and then you can text message that person straight from whatever you're in, whatever application you're in. But for now we're just going to swipe this away, and we're going to jump into biteSMS. You can see you have a settings button right here. You also have your contact images right here. So if we tap on settings, this is going to be all your settings panel. So you have your about panel, so this is going to give you the version, legal, contributors, statistics, which will show you your conversations, if I could tap on it, your contacts, and your messages right here. And scrolling down, you have your website, the forum for biteSMS, which is going to automatically open up the forum, as you can see right there, as well as a changelog, the features help, FAQ, and you can tweet about this, or you can reset your settings. So let's go back here. You also have themes, which is actually not available just yet. So you see if I tap on that, it says it's not yet finished, but it will be coming soon. So this is going to allow you to theme your biteSMS app. Now down here we have our features. So quick compose, if we tap on that, you have volume and tap. So like I just showed you, this is how you're going to actually launch the quick compose. So you can toggle that off if you want to and just use an activator method, or you can use both. So if you wanted to set an activator method, you can just toggle on use activator, and then you can set an activator method and use that instead. So down here we have the recipient shortcut. So basically when you quick compose, who do you want to send the message to? You can either default to the most recent person that you send a text message to. You can show a list of favorites, which is what I have right now, and you're going to have to set your favorites in your contacts. And down here you have show list of recents as well as none. So if you want to type it in every single time, then you can do that. So I have a list of favorites. You can also default to most recent. So if we go back here and we bring up this, you can see that it automatically started to send a text message to Jennifer, because that's the last person that I sent a text message to. So let's go back in here, and we're going to go back to the faves. Also, another thing I wanted to show you real quick is if you don't have the faves listed and we quick compose just like this, you can actually tap this little star right in the top right hand corner, and you can select from your favorites just right there. You can also tap this button to call them if you want to do that. So if we tap right there, I actually don't have a SIM card, so it's not going to work, but you can tap on that and give them a call. So we'll go back into the app here, and we're going to go down here to configure buttons. Now the buttons are just the buttons at the bottom of the quick compose. So if we tap on this, you can see that we had the call, open, pop-up, send, templates, and FaceTime that I showed you earlier. So we can actually toggle these on or off, and we can change the gesture that it takes to use the button. So if you want to call somebody, then you can leave this on display, or you can hide it, either way. So we'll go back and we'll change an open to double tap. And then we'll go down here to pop up, and then we'll do a long hold. So basically what this is going to do is hide the call button. We're going to have to double tap on open in order to open the application, as well as for the pop-up, it's only going to be activated by a long hold. So let's go back here, and I'll give you a demonstration. So you can see if we tap on this, we don't have the call button anymore. It's completely gone. Now if we wanted to open it, if we tap on it, it's not going to open. But if we double tap, then it's going to open. So let's go back here, tap on this, and now if we wanted to open up pop-up, then if we tap on it, it's not going to work. Double tap, not going to work. If we tap and hold, then it's going to work, as you can see right there. So let's swipe that away and jump back into the settings here. And you can toggle this on to backspace 2. Also, you can go to mobile contacts only. So if you want to toggle that on, you can do that. You can mark all as read. So when you're using the previous messages feature, the pull down that I showed you earlier, this is going to actually mark all the messages that you see as read for that contact. You can also dim when done. So if you go to a quick compose and then you send a message, then it's going to quickly dim right afterwards. So let's go back here and go to quick reply. Now this is a whole lot of the same features that were in quick compose, as you can see right here. The difference is there's going to be a lock and an unlock mode. So these are going to be pretty similar into how they work. It's just going to be when the phone or the device is locked or unlocked. So here in lock mode, we have slide to open quick reply and slide to open biteSMS app. So when you get a notification on your lock screen, if you slide it, then this is going to open the quick reply, or if you toggle this on, it's going to open up the biteSMS. So we'll leave it as quick reply just because that's a little more of my preference. Also down here we have auto show quick reply, which if set will automatically show the quick reply until the phone dims off. And this actually isn't working too well for me, so keep that in mind if that's a huge feature for you. Now down here we have tap to show the clear icon. So if you just tap the notification, it's going to give you a little X on the right hand side that you can tap and clear the notification. And down here this is dim when done, so when you're done then it's automatically going to dim. Pretty self-explanatory. So let's go back here and let's send ourselves a text message, and we'll check this out. So we're on our lock screen and we should get an actual pop-up, not just a notification, but you can see that that didn't do so, but we did get the notification. If we tap it, then you can see we got the little clear icon right there. So if we wanted to clear it, then we could do so just by hitting that X. But if we swipe it, then we're going to get our quick reply because that's what we set in the settings. And then we have all of our options right here for the quick reply. So let's go ahead and open up the application and go into the settings and get back down here to quick reply. So basically this is all that we had for lock mode, and for unlock mode we have pretty much the exact same thing. We have tap to open quick reply, we have tap to open the biteSMS app, as well as auto show quick reply and notification center show clear icon and the banner show clear icon. So the only difference here is where the notification is, so in the notification center as well as the banner. So let's go back here and we're going to go down here to configure buttons. So this is just like in quick compose, so you can toggle on these buttons or you can change what gesture used for each of these buttons. So you have later, call, open, send, templates, pop up, delete, forward, and FaceTime. Now down here you can have an action for the home button. So if you get a pop-up for the quick reply and you just hit the home button, then it's going to automatically assume that you want to read this later, and it's going to keep that message as unread, as well as close the quick reply and mark the message as read. Now down here you can change how many buttons you have per page. So we have 4, so if we wanted to change that to 2, so if we wanted to check that out, we will actually go back here and we're going to send ourselves a message so you can see how that looks. We're going to go out, and then once we get our message we should only have 2 buttons right down here at the bottom. So we have later, call, and then you can see with those page indicators that we have 4 different pages. And the 4 doesn't actually look too bad right there. So let's swipe this away. And let's jump back into these settings. We still have some stuff to go through. So going through the quick reply, we also have, let's see if we covered everything down here. Okay, everything's covered right there. Also, we have show during call. So if you get a text message during a call, do you want this to pop up as a quick reply? And you can have that toggled on or not. You can also toggle on show MMS, as well as mark all read. So when using your previous messages feature, the gray bar, it's going to show all those messages that you look at as read. So we actually been over this, but we have the text size as well. So you can change it to smaller, larger, or largest. So just to show you what that looks like, let's go back and send a message, and we'll go back out of here. And you should see that the text is actually much larger. So you can see right there that the text is a little bit larger right there. So if we pull this down, pretty big. So let's swipe that away, jump back into the settings once again, and I believe everything is covered there. So now we have privacy. So on the notification on lock mode, then you can either show the name and show the content, or you can toggle these off, either one. So if you don't want someone to actually see who you're texting or what content you're getting texted, then you can toggle both of these off, and I can show you exactly what that does. You also have the exact same options right here for the unlock mode. So we're going to show that as well. And you have quick reply and quick compose lock mode. So this is going to enable the messages pull down as well as show photos menu item. You also have this for the unlock mode, the same exact feature. So if you don't want somebody to get your messages pull down so they can read all the messages you've been sending if you don't have your phone with you and it goes off, or if you don't want to show the photos menu item so they can get into your photos, then you're just going to toggle these both off. So let's test this out here, and we're going to send another text once again, and we're going to go back to the springboard here, and you can see that it says from someone. It doesn't give the actual contact, and the message actually says message rather than the actual context of the message. So if you try to pull this down, it actually still works. So it's not supposed to work. I believe I set that up right. Let me go back and make sure that I did that on lock mode, or unlock mode, I'm sorry. So we'll scroll down here. Okay, so I didn't have it set for unlock mode. So let's do this one more time just to show you what it does. And we'll get out of here. Alright, so now you don't have the pull down right there. And if we swipe over to pop-up, you actually can't tap on pop-up. So it's not going to give you access to those pictures. So let's swipe that away, go back into the settings, and scroll down here to auto forward. So here you can activate or enable the auto forward. So if you want to auto forward all your messages to a specific person or number, then you can do so right here. So this says the to, so if you tap on this, you can add a phone number or a contact just by tapping that right there. If we tap on that, it's going to give you all your contacts. If we go back, you can see you can choose what network you want to forward those with. So your mobile carrier, your SMS credits, or iMessage. Down here we have during period. So you can actually set a time frame in which you want your auto forwards to go through. So if you want it to be from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m., which is basically all the time, then you would just set that up right there. If you want it to be from 5 a.m. to 7 a.m., then you can do that right there as well. So going back here, we have passcode lock, and you can see that that feature is not finished, but it will be coming soon. Now down here we have schedules, and this actually doesn't work either. It gives you access to it, but it doesn't necessarily work. So you can see if we go back here and we tap on this, we open this up. This is the little button that you're supposed to tap, and it doesn't work. As you can see, it's grayed out. So let's go back to the settings, and you have templates. So here you can add a template if you want to. You can edit your templates here, or long hold on the conversation bubble to add one. So if we wanted to add a template, it's really simple. All you need to do is tap that little plus button, tap high, and then we have another template. And these are just basically, if there's messages that you use frequently, then you can just pop that up, check out your templates, and then send that very quickly without having to type anything out. Down here we have our signature, which is obviously not finished yet, but basically what that does is just add a custom signature. Now down here you'll notice that when I was sending those text messages I had a delay sending, and that's basically the reason I had this set up, is just because I'm sending myself text messages, so I want to have ample time to get out, or if I want to go to the lock screen. So you can actually delay sending messages right here. But the real reason for this is because maybe you just accidentally hit the send button, or if you sent something and then realized that that's not how you really wanted to say it, but you have to realize it pretty quick because you only have a maximum of 3 seconds. So you can delay the sending by 3 seconds or less. So just to show you guys, because you may have not have seen it, if you see right here, if I hit that, you can have the stop button. So you can just tap stop and it's not going to send that message. But if we let it go for 2 seconds, then it's automatically going to send. Let's go back into the settings here. We'll scroll down to more stuff. Now right here we have contact pics. So this is going to allow you to toggle on and toggle off where the contact pics show up. So in your conversation list, in your conversation, in quick reply, in the lock screen list. So you can toggle these on or off however you want. You can also have a group contact pics, which is going to automatically save a certain photo for all your group contacts. Now, one thing to mention about group contacts, and a huge bug in my opinion, is if you send text messages to a group, it sometimes creates a completely new conversation. Sometimes it goes to the original conversation that you had maybe before you actually installed biteSMS, and other times it goes to a completely new one, creates a new conversation for those people that you're sending it to. But it definitely is pretty annoying. Now, another thing right here as orientation lock, you can see that this hasn't been finished either, so you're not going to be able to use biteSMS in landscape mode. Now down here we have smileys on, so you can have graphical smileys. You can turn that off if you want to, and you can close the little pop-up window that you have right here once a smiley is selected, if you never send more than one smiley. So you can toggle that on if you want to. You also have your encoding down here, whichever you want to use. And right here we have accents, and if you toggle this on, this is going to allow you to change those accented characters back to the original character. So you know, if you have like that A with an accent over it, then it's going to change it back to the original just A, and that's going to save you in the amount of characters you're actually sending in a text message. So if you're sending text messages internationally, then that can get pretty expensive when you're using these accented characters, because they take more characters than the original just A or U or anything without an accent on it. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to toggle that on. Now we have character counter, so you can turn on the biteSMS counter as well as an Apple counter, or you can just have none, which I have toggled on right here. So if you're conscious about your text messages, how many characters you're sending, then you can toggle on either one of these. Now let's go down here to status bar icon. So if you haven't noticed, there's a status bar icon up here when I get a text message. So let's go ahead and send myself one here so you can see it if you haven't seen it yet. And we'll send that. And you'll see right up here at the top that I have a 1 right there. So that means I have one unread message. So if I tap later, it's going to stay up there because this means unread. So basically it's just that little notification badge right there up in the status bar. So let's go back here, and we're almost through. Right down here you have application icon. So if you don't like the pink biteSMS icon, then you can just change it back to the original Apple messages, which is just the green icon with the white message bubble. And in this section right here we have credits, licenses, and ads. So here you can actually set up your license if you have a license, and you can either toggle on or toggle off show me advertisements if you have a license. If you don't have a license, then you're not going to be able to toggle off the advertisements. And here we have a buy license, so if you want to purchase it, then you can do so for $8 US. And you can buy SMS credits if you want to do that as well. This is a little bit cheaper, they say. I don't really know what the rates are in your area, but for this it's like I believe it's 12 cents per text message. Yeah, as you can see right there, 12 cents per SMS credit. So I'm not sure how much they cost you, but this is going to be used for international text messages. So if it costs you more than 12 cents per text message, then this is probably a good deal you might want to check out. So you have your different packages as well down here. Right here we have recover, so you can recover your license or your SMS credits if you're having any type of issues with that, or you can email them if it didn't work. And the very last thing, we have default send method. You can change this from your original mobile carrier to SMS credits. Now the preference is always going to be iMessage because that's going to be free. And then the second plan of attack is going to be the mobile carrier, or you can change that to SMS credits, but you will actually have to purchase them in order to use it. Now another kind of cool thing right here is you can see if for some reason it's not sending in an iMessage, maybe a picture or anything like that, if you've ever run into that, you can actually change this up by using the override send method. So if you have a specific contact that you always just send SMS text messages to, then you can remember that contact, send an SMS, and it's going to remember that. Also, you can change up your plan carrier rules, or you can just leave this as none. Now, one of the cool things about this is if we go back here and we wanted to send, let's say, an iMessage, then you can see that the button is blue, so we're sending an iMessage. Another thing is if we tap and hold, you can see that little pulse, and now we're sending a text message. So this is just going to be a regular SMS message, and we can change that again just by tapping and holding right there, and it's going to change back to an iMessage. So a pretty cool little feature. So biteSMS is a feature-filled jailbreak app. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more of my videos, then don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Alright guys, until next time, peace.